Hey guys, when are we filming?
Mack, we're filming now.
Oh, wow. Mack Bird. History nerd.
History.
Mack Bird. History nerd. Mack Bird. History nerd. Mack Bird. History nerd. Today we'll be going back to 1939. We're here in Canada at the outbreak of the Second World War. In Canada was an economic depression known as the Great Depression. On September 3rd, France and Britain declared war on Germany again after they invaded Poland. A whole week later, we responded agreeing to fight. But I'm not here to talk about those crazy things that went on in the war. No, I'm here to talk about the battle for the Atlantic. The Battle of the Atlantic was the longest battle that went on during the Second World War. It began in 1939 and went on for a whopping 6 years. The goal of the Germans was to sever the supply route between North America and the United Kingdom after they had taken control of every Western European coast from Norway to Pyrenees. What seemed to be an easy task soon blew up into an eruption of chaos and death. Winston Churchill was recorded as saying, "The Battle of the Atlantic was the only thing that ever feared me." It was a battle that would claim the lives of over 4,600 Canadian men and women. That makes up almost 1/5 of all Canadian losses. Upon this, we lost hundreds of ships and approximately 15 million tons of cargo. But how did this happen? Let's go find out. On September 16th, only 6 days after Canada entered war, the first convoy left from Halifax. A convoy is a group of ships that travel together for protection. The formation of a convoy usually looks something like this. At first, all seemed well. In the first 4 months, 410 ships crossed the Atlantic. But in 1940, Germany's forces had already taken control of much of Europe, and France and England were forced to retreat to Dunkirk. This opened up the English Channel, and so common merchant ships were put in control of the Royal Canadian Navy because Germany had already had ships in the Atlantic. These are U-boats. Basically, they're like German submarines, and in 1940 they were a huge menace to the Allies. In fact, these vessels could almost sink at will. Between July and September 1940, they sank so many ships it's commonly referred to as the Happy Time. They also used a tactic called wolfpack. This is when the U-boats got into groups of usually about 6 and attacked the convoys. This usually happened at night. It worked well and sunk almost 20% of convoys' heavily laden cargo ships. This is the English Channel. In 1940, the channel was closed off because of newly built German ports in France, and so the trading routes went up north.
Where north?
Around Liverpool in Ireland.
Oh, thanks.
Alright, so the Allies, they're smart. They realized the U-boats had to be dealt with. So in 1940, they began coming up with ways that could deal with... Wait, what was that? Whoa. We're gonna need to take an intermission for obvious reasons. We'll now go to my man Ryan the tech source.
Oh hey, what's going on?
Mack's lab got bombed.
Wait, is anyone hurt?
No, they just need to do a quick cleanup.
Oh, so I'm on now? Alright, sweet. Let's talk about the countermeasures the Allies took against the German U-boats. The most renowned measures was placing corvettes or wet ships in the convoys. These worked extremely well, and out of the 123 corvettes, only 10 were sunk. When America entered the war, they withdrew their battleships, causing for Canada to have a weaker defense system for some reason. When U-boats began probing to the Canadian coastlines, Canada decided to set up bases near Iceland and Newfoundland. In 1943, Canada built a sonar that could detect German U-boats, as well as being able to decode encrypted messages that Germans were sending. On top of that, the Royal Canadian Air Force developed aircrafts that could and did fly through the whole Atlantic to save our convoys.
It seems like we really had the upper hand.
We did, but the Germans didn't just sit there idly. They developed something called the snorkel technology, which enabled diesel engines to run underwater instead of the slower electrical ones. It did this by having exhaust pipes run all the way to the surface. Unfortunately, they couldn't go very fast because the valve was up and the pipe was detected by radars, just at a short distance. What's we got, Carl? Hello?
Yo, Ron, what's up?
Nothing much, man.
Okay, well, we're already back here, so make a raps.
Alright, Mac, well, Ryan's out.
So this struggle continued on for the whole war without a clear winner. But with our new advancements, we were able to deal with the U-boats more efficiently, which helped in the invasion of Normandy. So, this concludes Mack Bird, the history nerd. I hope you enjoyed the song that comes up. This sums up everything we just learned. Goodbye. This is all about the battle for the Atlantics. Listen up as I begin to rap it. The battle was long, a whole 6 years, a time of death, of chaos, and of fears. The battle began in 1939, when now Hitler was in his prime. Europe was fallen, Britain was in need, so Canada sent cargo with their fleet. But Germany was waiting with a surprise to intercept Canada and make their mission compromised. Our ships met up with some German U-boats and they attacked until none were left afloat. For 4 more years they continued to win, but in 1943 the table took a spin. We developed sonar and put it in our ships, so now that table had completely flipped. And though there never was a clear winner, we got our troops in and destroyed that sinner. This was all about the battle for the Atlantic, and I hope you listened while I rapped it. The battle was long, a whole 6 years, a time of death, of chaos, and of fears.